over it again.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Mr. Cleveland, are you now, or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
And I'll say again, you don't have the right to answer that question.
You know law degree on you somewhere, kid. I read the trade, so I'm pretty sure you don't. Just answer the question.
Yeah, I know.
Kid, I don't care one way or the other whether you want to ruin your life. But Xanax paying me big bucks. So as a token of respect for his generosity...
I'll give you a break, Frank. Xanax's generosity is confined to his interest in the box office.
Whatever. I don't come cheap, kid. The committee's waiting upstairs with their fangs bared, so what's it going to be?
No.
No what?
No, I've never been a member of the Communist Party.
Good. Next question.
Why are they going to ask any more questions? Isn't that what they want to know? Who cares about anything else?
Is your signature on this petition?
Yes, it is.
Are you aware that the Anti-Nazi League is a known communist front?
Obviously not. Besides, I seem to recall we were at war at the time, weren't we?
How many times I got to tell you this, kid? Nobody cares about that. You keep talking like that, and you're going to end up with a contempt of Congress charge. You gave money or signed petitions for the Hollywood Writers League for the Spanish democracy?
Hey, hold on a second. My brother was killed fighting with the Lincoln Brigade. That was personal.
It's always personal. You were a member of the committee and attended meetings of the Russian Mobilization and War Relief?
My ex-wife was very involved with these causes. I went to the meetings so we could spend time together.
Where's your ex-wife now?
Are you asking with the idea we may want her to testify on my behalf?
Possibly.
Forget it.
Kid, I don't know how noble you think you are, but this is
Hang
most
nobility.
definitely not
The shrew would say anything to screw me. She'd name herself if it meant bringing me down with her.
Very well. Did you once possess a subscription to the Daily Worker?
Yes, I did. I didn't know what it was. Lots of a subscription from this girl who knocked on my front door. Said she was trying to put herself through college. Felt bad and bought one. I never read it. Threw it in the trash every time it came.
So you feel you were duped?
By who? Some Lana Turner wannabe? I'm not going to admit to the U.S. Congress that I'm an idiot.
Did you attend a party at the home of Martin Burke, 227 Mulholland Drive on the evening of June 15, 1944?
You're kidding me, right? I can barely remember my own address at the time. I had some problems.
Mr. Burke's a screenwriter, isn't he? A member of the Writers Guild?
Yeah, I believe so. It was mostly animal pictures. Nobody seems to be convinced he can write human dialogue.
There has been testimony that you were at that party. That testimony came from Mr. Burke himself.
Well, let me guess. There were several known communists there. There were a lot of registered Republicans there, too. Whatever happened to freedom of assembly?
You gotta stop fighting and start listening. I can help you, but you have to let me help you.
Well, you're telling me... Oh. You're telling me my own country suspects me of being a communist. Even if I were, show me where it's against the law.
You keep talking like that, you're gonna end up as the night watchman at a ballpark.
Hello, boys. How are things progressing?
Mr. Wanamaker.
Mr. Wupperman.
Mr. Wanamaker, your client is a very stubborn young man.
No fooling, but it's that very same quality that has made him the #3 male box office attraction the last 2 years running. Oh, yes, it is.
Hands off the merchandise, Fred.
Sorry, baby. Can I have for you boys something, a sandwich? Perhaps something to drink?
I could use a bourbon.
Sorry, Frank. No booze. Too much of the temptation. The boy's been off the sauce for 4 months now?
6 months.
No, it's 4. You went cold turkey after the dangerous cargo incident.
Feels like 6 months.
That was a great picture.
Wasn't it, though?
Indeed, Academy Award material. And if you want to be able to accept that award, you'll cooperate and do what I tell you to.
But you're telling me my own country suspects me of being a subversive and that I should lie to defend myself.
Hey, I don't make the rules, kid. I just know how to play the game. But I can play it well enough to beat them at it.
Johnny, listen to what the man says.
Mr. Cleveland, I don't know how to make you understand this. You've been named to the committee as a communist.
That gay guy who named him. Thompson, he's not reliable. He's only doing this out of revenge because Johnny keeps beating him off for all the good parts. Jealousy, that's all this is.
And don't forget Burke.
Oh, that hack? He'd name anyone if it would get him work with human beings. Or anything that doesn't bark. No, Thompson's the one that gets my goat.
Then, Fred, I would make it crystal clear to my client that unless he wants to see Mr. Thompson's name replace his on marquees across America, he has to come clean with me. Excuse me for a moment. I need to find a headache powder.
Clean with him? Who the hell does this guy think he is?
All right, you bastard. I don't care what you have to do, but you make peace with that man so we can get this whole nightmare behind us.
Go away, Fred. I have a terrible headache.
Oh, you have a headache. I have broken out with a case of hives so bad you could grate cheese down my back.
That's disgusting.
Say what you have to say. They want names? Name names. Name Thompson. Screw the bastards.
And that's to see that integrity and American values are alive and well.
This is Hollywood. Who the hell do you think you're kidding?
Yeah. Nothing. The U.S. government is kidding.
Oh, the subpoena's pink. Cute. Classy touch. Well, what do you expect from a committee whose chairman has to sit on a phone book to see over the platform?
Okay, when was I going to be told about all this? Surely you didn't plan on my finding out from my mailman.
Oh, Jesus, hell, not now. I'm begging you.
Hell of a way to start the morning. I get up, go outside to get my paper, and I have a friendly postman who greets me with a, "Hi, Mr. Morgan. No sign of the process server yet?" Naturally, I ask him just what the hell he's talking about when he tells me about how you're giving testimony today. He even points a story out in the morning paper for me.
Damn it. Sorry, John. I'll try to keep it quiet.
And you, Mr. Highfalutin 2 Martini Lunging Agent of the Stars, why didn't you return my call this morning?
I've been here since dawn.
6:30 according to your wife, but that's beside the point. As I was reading the paper, something occurred to me. All the big names are being subpoenaed. Gary Cooper, Robert Taylor, our friend here. Why haven't I been subpoenaed yet?
You're not suspected of being a communist.
Who cares about that? I'm his friend, aren't I? Old chums the two of us are. Certainly I could be a good character witness.
Since when would anyone associate you with character?
Al, if you stand up for me, I guarantee you'll get your subpoena.
Oh, thanks, brother. I've been riding your coattails long enough. I think we know the real reason why it's called shoulder, don't we?
Don't get carried away. This is not the time nor the place.
What do I give you 10% for?
Nothing! Because that's what 10% of nothing is. Nothing.
I see. I'm starting to get the picture here. I can't be subpoenaed because I'm not a big enough star. Is that it?
You think I haven't tried? You could go and confess to black dog murder cases, and I couldn't get you arrested.
So negotiate. Tell them I'll take a pay cut.
Your last 5 pictures have been the second half of double features. The one A-list production I gave you a supporting part in, you refused to let your character be killed.
I thought it wasn't true to the story.
It was a murder mystery.
Come on, Fred. I'm sick and tired of having my character be killed off in every single picture I'm in. I don't even think I've ever made it to the end title card without dying, and I'm better than that. I've worked with Bogart and John Wayne.
Bogart shot you, and John Wayne, he threw you through a window.
Yeah, well, consider yourself fired.
Fine by me, pal. I only represented you as a favorite of John anyway. I'm gonna see what I can do to stop the leaks to the press. Sit tight. You.
How do you like that? For all I've done for the guy.
Have you been drinking?
No. Well, I had a bigger scotch on my way out the door this morning, but other than that, no.
Funny, because I can't think of another reason why you would want to come all the way down here and behave this way.
I'm just fed up.
So you're going to beg for a subpoena that could end your career. Makes perfect sense to me.
Oh, don't give me that. No one in their right mind is going to throw you off the screen. You mean too much to Zanuck.
Zanuck doesn't have the same power in Washington that he does here.
So the boys in Congress want to make a little noise, make a name for themselves. Who does it? I mean, if Zanuck offers to introduce the chairman to Jane Russell, he'll be off the hook in an hour.
That's what I wouldn't give for a drink right now.
Yeah, see how I come through for you? You crazy?
Stupid question.
Boy, if your public knew how their big, tough hero can't handle his liquor.
At least I have a public.
Okay, I had that one coming, but my heart's in the right place.
Too bad your brain isn't.
What? Are you telling me that I'm not allowed to have an ego, that I should know my place? It's a fine thing coming from you. And how much did you pay for that suit?
This was a gift from Zanuck.
Let's get back to work.
Who's this? You see? Who am I? Name's Hal Morgan, friend. I work for Fox.
Oh, then, well, you can assure Mr. Zanuck that things are well in hand for the moment.
Wait a minute. Clearly we've established who I am. Who are you?
I'm Frank Whopperman. I'm representing Mr. Cleveland.
Oh my God. Frank Whopperman? The Frank Whopperman? Never heard of him.
you'll excuse us for a moment. Mr. Cleveland and I have some business to attend to.
It's all right, Frank. He's an old friend.
Mr. Cleveland, I strongly suggest that we keep this conversation confidential.
It's okay, pal. I know how to keep a secret. I was in the Navy.
I fail to see the significance in that statement. If Mr. Cleveland wants you to stay, then stay. But please be quiet,
Frank, this is pointless. Why can't I just go up there and tell him the truth?
because the truth isn't good enough unless it's their truth. Don't you understand? You can't refuse to answer their questions unless you plead the fifth, which will automatically make them suspect that you're hiding something. According to you, there's nothing wrong in your past, so you have no choice but to answer their questions.
You're a hell of a lawyer. When are you letting them ship me off to Auschwitz?
I hate bringing this up in that context, however.
I don't like where this is headed.
There's a matter of your name.
What about it?
The committee is sure to point out that you work under an alias.
And who doesn't in this town?
Yes, but when it's read into the record that John Cleveland is actually Jonah Garfinkel, there's bound to be a bit of backlash.
Jonah Garfinkel? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not Spangler, Ulysses Barrington.
How did you know that?
What's got a piece of fan letter from your mother? Okay, so I work under an alias. So what? Who doesn't in this town?
This is an interview given by the ranking member of the committee. The gentleman from Mississippi denounces those who oppose the committee from, quote, doing its duty to protect and save the American people from the horrible fate the communists have meted out to the unfortunate Christian people of Europe, end quote.
You get the idea.
Wait a minute. They're going to accuse him of being Jewish?
I am Jewish.
Oh, this is one hell of a morning. Am I the last person to know anything?
Okay, so I'm Jewish. So what?
Well,
Most people in Hollywood are Jewish.
It's true. Half the town is Jewish. I mean, except for Zanuck, all the studio heads are Jewish.
Oh, wait a minute. Xanax, not Jewish.
Not very subtle, are you?
I'm just pointing out the facts. All fame in the world isn't going to necessarily protect you from public opinion.
I just took a call from the studio. Zanuck is on his way to see you right now.
You better get here shortly. The committee's almost ready upstairs.
Have you given any thought to what we talked about, Johnny?
No, Fred. Whatever I am or whatever else they think I am, I'm not a thing.
Damn it, Johnny! This is your livelihood we're talking about. Look, there's already talk of a blacklist starting. Do you know what would happen if your name is on that list?
This is ridiculous. I've known lots of pinkos in my time, but this guy isn't one of them. And I have no problem to say that under oath.
Would you repeat that statement to the committee?
Will there be press in the room?
Yes, I suppose there will be. This is news.
Sign me up then. Where do I go to meet the good gentlemen of Congress?
It's enough, Hal. No one protects me. I can handle them without charity.
Well, Mr. Cleveland, if you're suggesting that I remove myself from this case...
No. That is not what he is saying.
Would you all stop speaking for me? How am I supposed to work things out when I can't unscramble my own thoughts?
Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning, Mr. Zanuck.
And a very good morning to you, Mr. Zanuck.
What the hell are you doing here? I thought I told you I didn't want to see your face again.
Actually, Mr. Zanuck, you said you didn't want to see my face around the studio ever again.
Anywhere I go is a studio as far as you're concerned, understand?
It's all right, Mr. Zanuck.
All right, nothing. This imbecile ruined the whole day shooting on the Tyrone power set. You're very, very lucky Tyrone's jaw isn't broken.
He was supposed to duck when I threw the chair at him.
But not until the director says action. Suit yourself, John. Gentlemen, would you excuse us? I'd like to speak to Mr. Cleveland in private.
Of course, Mr. Zanuck.
Pardon me, Mr. Zanuck.
Jesus. Why do you hang around with that guy?
Used to be my stuntman. I felt bad watching him get his ass broke to save mine.
That's the problem with you, John. You're too nice a guy. Me, on the other hand, I'm a prick. When I was 30 years old, I told Jack Warner to go fuck himself and set myself up at Fox. And look where I am now.
The dark room at the Biltmore.
Where I am now is in a position to help you. You scared?
Bit.
You should be. These congressional bastards would cut off their mother's thumbs if they thought they would win points with the public.
Should be running studios.
You're a funny guy, Cleveland. It's that kind of funny it's going to get you in a lot of hot water when you go upstairs. But on the other hand, I might be able to arrange it so you don't have to do that. I might be able to arrange it so you can walk out of here, go home, get a good rest, and show up for work at the studio tomorrow morning.
How might you be able to do that?
You ever seen one of these before?
Is that new contract?
In a way, but it's not with any studio. It's with your country. It's a loyalty oath. Sign that, baby, and your problems will just disappear.
I'm sorry, Mr. Zanuck, maybe I don't understand. I can sign this and everything goes away, but if I go upstairs and tell them everything this document says, they're not going to believe me.
It's the way of the times. All the producers met this morning and agreed this was the best way out. And the council for the committee agreed to accept these terms. John, I don't care if you're a damn communist. You can be pink, red, green, or even chartreuse for all I care. I wish all of this was unnecessary, but it's the times we live in. So sign and let's get on with our lives. Anyway, what difference is there? What is there harm is there in proclaiming your loyalty to your country?
You can put it that way, it's just...
Need I remind you, the studio has invested large sums of money in you. Haven't I taken care of you?
Doesn't signing it make me look like I am a communist?
Sure it does. It's all bullshit. These politicians are as full of it as everyone else is.
I just can't do it.
Who covered up your traffic accident? You killed someone and walked away scot-free. Who cleaned up the scene? Who ran interference with the police and the DA? Who repaired your car so there was no evidence?
You did?
Remember how you felt that day?
Truthfully, no.
That's another thing, you owe me your sobriety.
That's true, too.
You know, you owe me, John. If not for me, you'd be slumming in Atlantic City, taking on all comers in the ring for $5 a round. You owe me that pretty face. If not for me, it would have been pummeled into yesterday's meatloaf by now.
That's true, too. Mr. Zanuck, I think you know me well enough by now that if you asked me to walk through a brick wall for you, I would.
There's the brick wall.
And I can't sign it. If I did, I'd hate myself in the morning.
I figured you'd say something like that, Cleveland. You're okay, though.
Thank you, sir.
Want to smoke?
No thanks.
You'll probably change your mind after you're through upstairs.
I doubt it.
Good luck. Just remember, you're the lamb chop and they're the wolves. But sometimes the wolves choke on the bones.
Mr. Zanuck, before you go, I need to ask you something.
Shoot, kid.
We're talking about blacklist.
Don't worry about it, John. Nobody tells me who I can and can't hire except for my board of directors. And believe me when I tell you, they can kiss my ass all the way to the bank.
Thought so.
Everything okay?
Sure, where's Frank?
I think he went to say hello to one of the congressmen.
Yeah, well, go get him. Tell him I'm taking the fifth.
Excuse me?
What else am I gonna do, Fred? What else am I gonna tell them? It's the only way out.
It's a confession.
To what? They have no proof of anything.
But now they're going to start looking hard.
Just go get it!
You know what you're doing?
Unfortunately.
You know, maybe you should...
Hey, I know many careers end up in the bottom of a gin bottle, alright? I've heard all of it. Just hand it over.
John, there's got to be a way out of this.
You go back to New York, go back on stage, check out this television thing. Needs movies, it'll be alright.
You're just going to run away? So typical.
Alright, genius, what do you think I should do?
Oh, now you want my opinion.
Jesus Christ, stop being a child. Do you really have any idea what's going on in this country? Don't you read anything besides Variety and the sporting news?
Of course I do. Screw the bastards. Screw Zanuck. Just
to? What have I been saying all morning?
Well, now I'm agreeing with you.
I think I should take Frank's advice.
Mr. Cleveland, I have been informed of your decision, and in view of the circumstances, I feel I must remove myself from this case.
Yeah, sorry about your retainer, Frank.
You can be curt with me all you want to, John. It's not in me to speak ill of the dead.
John, I am begging you. Think about your fans. Think about your contract.
Is that all I am to you, Fred? 10%?
John, I love you like a son. I'll work for nothing if that's what it takes to prove it to you.
Oh, please, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, shut up, you. You should be grateful that this man allows you to breathe the same air as he does.
Yes, Fred, I should be grateful. I'm not particularly happy that I can't get a table at the Brown Derby or Chasen's without John. I'm also especially not happy when we're mobbed by a crowd of Bobby Soxers and they snip at locks of his hair and try to tear his clothing off while I stand there holding the cab door open. I'm also especially not happy when the rumor mill insinuates that I have this unrequited homosexual love for him, and I can't tell you how many hours of the day I spend wondering why. We're the same build, we have the same barber, we even have the same dentist, so why do I make what living I can riding horses and taking falls?
Because you are a lousy actor.
Oh, like John Wayne can act?
Well, at the same time, compadre, I'm not subpoenaed to testify before the House of Un-American Activities Committee.
You know, if you could do that on a screen test, Xanax might take you seriously.
Really think so?
See? That is why you are not a star. You already think too much of yourself. You have to earn it.
Gentlemen, I've had just about enough of this. I have other clients to attend to, so...
Wait a minute. I have an idea.
I'm afraid it's too late for that, Mr. Morgan.
Give them my name.
What are you suggesting?
Well, they want you to give names. Give them mine.
Mr. Morgan, I think I'm a good enough judge of character to tell you that you don't know what you're doing.
Frank, I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Hell, can you even spell communist?
He doesn't know the difference between Karl Marx or Harpo, or even Zeppo.
That's
Of
enough.
course I do. Wait, which one's Zeppo?
That's enough!
John, what difference does it make? They don't care as long as they have a name. Am I right, Frank?
Yes, you're right, Mr. Morgan. Hal, I know you want to see your name in the papers, but believe me, this isn't the way.
So then it's settled. John, give them my name, let them subpoena me, and I'll go up there and show them exactly what kind of communist I am.
Nobody begs for a subpoena. What about your career?
What career?
I rest my case.
John, you know, this could solve a lot of problems.
I'm not a rat.
No, you're not. You're not turning in anyone that could actually suffer the consequences.
Well, what if they find out he's just an ignorant brute? Does that mean I've committed perjury?
Technically, yes, but I doubt the committee will pursue it. If he's a communist, as they say, as you say he's a communist, who are they to argue with you?
Trade one of Hollywood's biggest stars for a nobody. What's the argument?
Mr. Cleveland, as a hired counsel, it is my duty to protect the best interests of my client, in this case, 20th Century Fox. You should consider this option.
Everybody out. Need to talk to Hal.
Time is short, kid. Dawdle on this.
Dawdle, he says. Just a choice between my life or yours. Where'd you put that flask?
Forget it, John. You don't need to testify half plastered.
Completely plastered would be much better. Let's have it.
If I give it to you, will you go along with my plan?
Just give me the damn booze.
Take a hold of yourself.
You're telling me to get... What the hell's gotten into you? Never been known for your acts of charity?
Are you trying to talk me out of it?
I don't know how you talk yourself into it.
Well, aren't I your friend? Don't friends look out for each other?
Friends don't usually turn each other over to the feds.
Well, from where I sit, you either give them me or drink yourself into oblivion.
Ever tell you I had to stop drinking? The official version?
Yeah, it was that incident that said a dangerous cargo.
And did you know the details?
No.
I'm surprised I have secrets left in this town. We're near the end of shooting. All we had left to do were a few pickups, real simple stuff. Close-ups, tracking shots, opening and closing doors, that kind of thing. All I had to do was walk down the street, open a door, and step inside.
Sounds easy enough.
You know, the director was that Spanish guy, remember him? When they brought in midway through to replace the crowd?
The swishy one?
No, the other one with the mustache. Anyway, he had some problem with the set designer about how the doorway didn't feel authentic enough. He didn't believe anyone would be motivated to walk through that door. It's not a piece of flatboard that's been painted over 1,000,000 times before. So while these two are jawing at each other, I'm standing there in a suit and a top coat because it's supposed to be winter in London instead of August in Los Angeles. I'm dying. Been working for 3 months straight, 6 days a week. I've been to Africa on location. I've had dysentery. I've had malaria, and I'm tired. So while those two slag on at each other, I made the acquaintance of a bottle of whiskey. You know, I had in my contract to have a fully stocked bar inside my bungalow.
No kidding.
If I climbed inside that bottle and licked it clean from the inside, I would have. And all of a sudden, they're ready for me. So I trudge over to the set, barely able to stand, let alone walk and find a door. 137 takes later, I finally make it.
Sanic must have gone ballistic.
Called me from the screening room at 3 in the morning after watching the rushes. Revised my contract the next day. Out went the stocked bar, in went the sobriety clause.
I never knew that.
It's the beauty of the studio system, my friend. Every journalist is just another employee.
Don't talk to me like I'm a novice. Been around as long as you have.
Yeah, but you don't know. You think you do, but you don't. You can't.
Because I'm not a big star.
Exactly.
Look, I don't get it. What did you mean by the official version anyway?
You notice how I don't drive a car anymore?
Not really.
It's because never mind.
Look, I work harder in a day than most of you guys do in a week.
I know, that's why I'm taking the 5th.
Did you sneak a drink in when I wasn't looking? I think the hooch is starting to take effect.
Hal, how could I do that to you? How could I destroy you like that?
You may be the only person in the history of Hollywood to ever ask that question.
So what will you do?
I'll just do like you suggested. Go up there and tell them exactly what you told me. That I'm a hard-working beluga looking for a way to get ahead in life. Maybe they'll believe me. Maybe they won't. If they do, I'll go back to jumping off runaway stagecoaches and crashing through walls. And if they don't, I'll go back to being Spangler Ulysses Barrington. Have to look for regular work. Selling vacuum cleaners door to door. Be an honest living.
Like a great Fuller brush, man. Because when they threw you out on your ear, you know how to land so it wouldn't hurt.
It always hurts. You just know how to hide it real well.
They're ready for us upstairs, kid. Am I accompanying you or not?